poop in the tub. I'm not gonna poop in the tub.
Funny how every time there's a questionable decision made involving a game that Sakurai works on, it's never his responsibility. Never. There's always somebody else that he can pin excuses on. If he does something he thinks is great, he wants all the credit. He wants people to make him a statue for it. If he knows a number of people don't approve of a decision he makes, then of course it's never his doing. He's pathetic. Do you ever watch any true crime videos? There's a bunch of stories where some relative or family member gets whacked, and there's always one scumbag loser in the house that you can easily tell committed the evil deed. And then they try to prove their innocence by talking to police for 6 hours, always making up bullshit that either makes no sense or doesn't add up. That feels like Sakurai every time when it's obviously his project and he's the self-appointed director. The Nintendo Direct was a whopping 47 minutes. Given that the directs for Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza were only around 17 minutes, you can pretty much guess Sakurai had his face all over it. But in that presentation, he claimed that the reason that Kirby Air Riders was made was because of a request made by Shinya Takahashi, the senior managing executive officer and corporate director at Nintendo, as well as former president of HAL Laboratory Satoshi Mitsuhara. Now, this makes no sense for two extremely obvious reasons. The first reason is that Super Smash Bros. Is a high-selling franchise. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate sold 35 million copies, 20 million around the time Mickey Mouse Boy joined the roster. So basically, Super Smash Bros. Is a major stream of revenue for Nintendo's bottom line. By comparison, Kirby Air Ride only sold 1.17 million copies. If you know Takahashi, he's been a long-time contributor at Nintendo, having worked on countless games in the Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, and other franchises. Many of them have sold far more than 1.17 million copies. He could sell that many copies laying cable in the bathroom. So why is there some urgent need to make a new Kirby Air Ride game? Even the mainline Kirby games are selling better and can stand on their own 2 feet. Nintendo has been making money hand over fist since 2017, making countless titles that are finding an audience and counting on many studios inside and outside their network to make them. So this sounds absolutely bizarre for Takahashi to say, "Sakurai, make another Kirby Air Ride. We're desperate for it." Bullshit. And for that matter, neither Takahashi nor Mitsuhara had any involvement in making Kirby Air Ride for the GameCube. So why would they have all people want to randomly make this sequel? There is no need for this game if you're on Nintendo's corporate side. Software sales are phenomenal. And speaking of no need for this game, that leads to the other obvious reason, which is Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World is the Switch 2's de facto killer app. It's the game that the company relies on to sell the newest hardware, and that would just make no sense to Nintendo brass, because they have already tried to promote 2 racing series simultaneously, and audiences have preferred Mario Kart over F-Zero. That's why we don't have a new premier F-Zero game, because it competes with Mario Kart and loses. Kirby Air Riders won't even come close to making as much money as Mario Kart World, so Sakurai means to tell people that Nintendo begged him to move off of a big moneymaker Super Smash Bros. And to work on another low-aiming racing game. Even Sakurai was aware that Mario Kart World was coming out. He even tried to justify it, citing these 2 corporate suit justs instead on it, and then tried to emphasize how different it is from Mario Kart. So this guy is just fabricating and making any excuse he can. This guy wanted to make a Kirby Air Ride sequel. Guilty as charged. So just add that to the insurmountable pile of lies and excuses he's built over the years. But of course, there's always a reason for these lies. So what exactly caused this? He could feel the need to explain either one of 2 things. Why he's making Kirby Air Riders rather than the next Super Smash Bros., or why he's making Kirby Air Riders when Mario Kart World had been in development for 8 years. Whatever the reason, there's just no need to explain anything. If you're making a game, you don't have an obligation to explain why it exists. If I were in Sakurai's otaku shoes and I were to come up with an excuse, the best one would be, racing games are a very successful genre, and I want to tap into that again. But instead, he's clearly trying to paint a certain narrative, like what he's known for doing. Clearly, if Sakurai is working on a Kirby game, many fans would be asking, well, what about Super Smash Bros.? It's possible that he isn't directing the next Super Smash Bros. Game at all. And it's possible that he either turned down making another game or was replaced as director. But of course, it pains him to disappoint his adoring fans, so of course he wouldn't outright admit he would separate himself with a series that involves so many IPs. I'd love for there to be a new director. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's rather, he wants to paint himself as a smart and savvy person by having to explain why he's making a game that's releasing in the same year as another kart racing game. It would be golden to have Takahashi come out of the woodwork to deny Sakurai's horrible excuse, but of course, there's probably clauses in Sakurai's contracts to allow him to say whatever he wants. And again, if he still is Smash Brothers director, he's working on both projects simultaneously, and since he's extremely busy, he also has time to manage a YouTube channel.